Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another video. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you'll be updated on all my future content. So this video is going to focus on estimation, rounding numbers to the nearest 1,000. So for our first example, we have the number 745. So the two closest thousands, the 745. 745 falls in between 1,000 and 0. So if we're rounding 745 to the nearest 1,000, we look at the digit in the hundreds place. If the digit in the hundreds place is 10 or more, is 5 or more. If the digit in the hundreds place is 5 or more, we round up. If it is 4 or less, we round down. So looking at the digit, 5 is the digit in the ones place, 4 is the digit in the tens place, 7 is the digit in the hundreds place. So as I said, the rule is 5 or more, we round up. Since the digit in the hundreds place is more than 5, 745 rounded to the nearest 1,000 would round up to 1,000. All right, next number, 5,433. The two closest thousands to 5,433 would be 6,000 and 5,000. So we are now looking at the digit in the hundreds place. 3 is the ones place, 3 in the tens place, 4 in the hundreds place, 5 in the thousands place. So the digit in the hundreds place is a 4. 5 or more, we round up. 4 or less, we regress. So because the digit in the hundreds place is less than 5, 5,433 would round down to 5,000. All right, example number 3 now. $9,145. So the two closest thousands to 9,145 would be 9,000 and 10,000. That's where 9,445 falls in between. So we're going to look at the digit in the hundreds place. The digit in the hundreds place is a 1. Since the digit in the hundreds place is less than 5, we would round down. 9,145 to the nearest 1,000 would round down to 9,000. Next example. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Please hit that like button. 15,891. So 15,891 rounded to the nearest 1,000. 15,891 is in between 15,000 and 16,000. So we are looking at the digit in the hundreds place. The digit in the hundreds place is an 8. So 5 or more, we round up. 15,891 rounded to the nearest 1,000 would equal 16,000. All right, final example of the day. 17,942. So 17,942 falls in between 17,000 and 18,000. So we look at the digit in the hundreds place. Digit in the hundreds place is 9. So 5 or more we round up, since the digit in the hundreds place is more than 5. That would round up 17,942 to the nearest thousand. Rounds up to 18,000. I was going to make that our final example, but since we got some more people tuning in, I'm going to keep going. 8,433. 8,433 falls in between 8,000 and 9,000. So again, we're looking at the digit in the hundreds place. The digit in the hundreds place is a 4. So 5 or more we round up, 4 or less we round down. So since the digit in the hundreds place is less than 5, we would round down. 8,433 to the nearest thousand would round to 8,000. On to the next one. 9,875. 9,875 falls in between 9,000 and 10,000. So we have to look at the digit in the hundreds place. Again, the rule is if the digit in the hundreds place is 5 or more, we round up. If the digit in the hundreds place is 4 or less, we round down. So to everybody tuning in the chat, tell me, put a 2 in the chat if you think we're supposed to round up. Put a 1 in the chat if we're supposed to round down. 2 in the chat if 9,875 to the nearest thousand rounds up to 10,000. 1 in the chat if it rounds down to 9,000. The 7-minute, 20-second mark, I'm going to answer the question. So again, if you think that 9,875 rounds up to 10,000, you put a 2 in the chat. If you think it rounds down to 9,000, you put a 1. We're at the 7-minute, 30-second mark. So the digit in the hundreds place is an 8. 5 or more we round up. So that means we round up. 9,875 to the nearest thousand is equal to 10,000. All right, next one. 14,300. You know what? I'll make it 300. 342. 14,342 falls between 14,000 and 15,000. Two in the chat if you think we round up. 1 in the chat if you think we round down. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Please hit that like button. So if you think 14,342 rounds up to 15,000, put a 2 in the chat. If you think it rounds down to 14,000, put a 1 in the chat. The 9-minute mark, I'm going to solve, and I am going to round 14,342 to the nearest thousand. So again, in the chat, 2 if you think 14,342 rounds up, 1 if it rounds down. We're at the 9-minute mark. So now I'm going to answer the question for the audience. So looking in the hundreds place, the digit in the hundreds place is a 3. The rule is 5 or more we round up. 4 or less we round down. Since the digit is less than 5 in the hundreds place, we round down. 14,342 to the nearest thousand would round down to 14,000. All right, another one. 23,472. That number falls in between 23,000 and 24,000. the 10-minute, 15 minutes mark, I'm going to answer the question, but 2 in the chat if you think we're rounding up, 1 in the chat if we rounded down. Two in the chat if we rounding up, 1 in the chat if we rounding down. I'm going to answer. So looking at the digit in the hundreds place, the digit in the hundred place is a 4. 5 or more we round up, 4 or less we round down. So 23,472 to the nearest 1,000 would round down to 23,000. All right, 38,568. Shout out to everybody tuning in. God bless you and God bless the United States of America. So 38,568 falls in between 39,000 and 38,000. Put a 2 in the chat if you think we round up. Put a 1 in the chat if you think we round down. 2 in the chat if this number rounds up to 39,000. 1 in the chat if it rounds down to 38,000. 12-minute, 15-minute mark. 12-minute, 30-second mark, I'm going to answer the question. But again, in the chat, put a 1 if you think it rounds down, and a 2 if you think we round up. Type a 2 in the chat if you think we round up to 39,000, and a 1 in the chat if you think we're rounding down to 38,000. And I am answering in 3, 2, 1. All right, so looking at the digit in the hundreds place, the digit in the hundreds place is a 5. 5 or more we round up. So 38,000 rounded to the nearest 1,000. 38,568 rounded to the nearest 1,000 would round up to 39,000. All right, that is my video for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. And if there's an area of math or reading that you're having difficulty with, put that in the comments and I will do a future video on that skill. Until next time, this is Mr. Camilleri signing off.